Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us right here on Amka Kenya. You are watching Amka Vibe Check, and thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Now, during this conversation, we are speaking about Gen Z's new world, the ideologies shaping the future, and we have a very aspirational and inspirational individual. He goes by the name of Billy Mwangi, and Billy is a blogger and activist, but also important to say he's a senatorial aspirant. You know, he's looking at that seat hopefully, and you know, he has made steps towards making that dream a reality, God willing, come 2027. Billy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling?
Feeling fine, fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You look fresh and ready for this conversation.
You look beautiful too.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And Billy, before we get into our conversation and to tell our viewers of our question of the day, we're asking you, what do you believe is the most common misconception about Gen Zs? What do you believe is the most common misconception about Gen Zs? What are your thoughts and perspectives on this particular matter? And remember, our WhatsApp line is on your screens, and our handles on X and Facebook are at K24TV. They're the same. Please send us your feedback. We'd love to know what your thoughts are on this matter. What do you believe is the most common misconception about Gen Zs? Now, just to set some, background, info rather on Billy here. You'll remember Billy from last year's protests. Literally from the onset, he was part of, the finance bill, anti-finance bill protests, and then, unfortunately, he was abducted. And his whole scenario, the whole case was, huge in the media. And, leaders from Embu, where he hails from, came together to make sure that, they put, their voices to the movement and say, we need Billy released. But there was also a whole public uproar on the matter. Now, Billy was released somewhere in Nyeri, and he had to make his way home. He didn't even spend Christmas last year with his family, and that ricocheted into him, of course, making a resolve and saying, I want to have a different Kenya. And that is why he's here on a senatorial, let me say, with senatorial hopes and bids. So let's get your story, Billy. Billy, once again, thank you so much for being here.
And thank you so much. First of all, I would love to thank you for hosting me in this show. It's actually my first time on TV show, and it's an honor to be making my debut on K24.
Okay.
Secondly is to say hi to my parents. I know they're watching. And say hi to the people of Embu. I know they are locked in. And yeah. So personally, my name is Billy Mwangi, just like you said, just like the viewers know. And I'm a 25-year-old guy, young man, energetic, and a person who actually resides from Embu, Majengo. And I come from maybe you can say a good humble background, and a God-fearing background. And definitely I started schooling in Embu, a school known as Lions Primary School. And after completing my primary education, I went to secondary education, where I studied at Kamama Boys High School, which is known as King David High School, Kamama. And from there, I proceeded to campus and studied degree in criminology and security management in KCA University, main branch here in around Survey area. And it started that last year was quite chaotic.
Yeah.
We had to deal with the finance bill and the Gen Z's protest. And I feel like personally, the finance bill, what was articulated on the finance bill wasn't in accordance with the Gen Z's and the whole of Kenya to be okay with it. First of all, I felt like the finance bill it brought about hiked taxes based on basic goods, just like food. You can say sanitary pads. It's quite bad them raising the prices of sanitary pads. If you know, like the rural areas, young girls cannot even afford.
Yeah.
There are programs of initiating how they'll get the sanitary pads free of charge. And it brought about, you know, it wasn't quite sufficient or friendly with the jobless youths. It didn't give them any benefit because jobless youths felt like it is a burden to their hearts. And another thing, I felt like the finance bill brought about, it affected the digital content creators because it was to tax the money that they actually get from their content. And definitely when you when you tax them, then what will they gain from? How will they be able to buy the equipments? How will they be able to motivate them to proceed with the content if you keep on taxing the money they actually collect? And I believe those were the many of
Pointers and
points
factors.
that actually led to the demonstrations. Yeah.
All right. So that is the onset on why you joined and decided that you wanted to lend your voice to this movement, right? So fast forward, you've been part of the protests, and definitely your life has changed in one way or another. How was that? How did your life change?
After the protest, my life actually changed because I've been in the Gen Z movement for the longest time, since we started the I can say peaceful protest, because ours was peaceful, and life has changed. Definitely on my side, it has hit me a lot because you seeing young people like me being shot dead, and people being abducted. Yeah. And there's a case of another young man that I personally know that was never brought back to their parents up to today. It's been a year now, and it's quite sad when you get to see such things happening in this country. Definitely it has to affect your mental capacity in that angle. And secondly, it affected me mostly during the abduction. And just like it's in the public domain that I was abducted on 21st of December last year on a Saturday at 3:30 p.m. And from there, I was going in the barber shop, and they came for me, and I feel like they came because they felt like I had a positive. I can say personally, it's a positive criticism to the government, because you're trying to show them that this is not the way to lead people. This is not the way that you need to articulate issues. The youth are forgotten. Yeah. They are jobless. What do you bring to the table for them? It's nothing. So definitely, I felt like my activism, online activism, and protest, my peaceful protest, led to my abduction. And during my abduction, I believe it was 17 days of sleepless nights, torture, and being deprived food. And it was quite humiliating, getting to be tortured, getting to be beaten, getting to sleep naked every day on the floor, receiving beatings, and that's it. And but I actually happy. I'm actually happy that I came back alive, and personally to give my gratitude to the people of Embu, who I know they are watching. They went to the streets in large numbers, and led by my area MP, Yetonga Mukunji. They demonstrated peacefully for my release ever since I was taken or abducted, and their prayers, their support into my family was in their lowest moods. Just like my mom was actually depressed. She was, I can say, almost dying, because as a mother, and you don't see your son for the last 17 days, it's actually absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the aspects that you mentioned during your abduction was that they never told you at any one point the reason why they took you.
They didn't tell me the reason as to why they took me.
You
I
just-
kept on asking them, why am I abducted? Why can't you present me in court? Why am I not legally presented in court if at all I've made a mistake? So they never gave me any reason as to why they took me. Yeah.
Okay. Now, they released you after these 17 days and gave you a fare of 2,000 shillings to, in Nyeri, that is, to
Yeah.
find your way back home. Okay. So you are traumatized, you are hurt, you've not eaten, you're not mentally right, but you've somehow found your way back home. Okay, so from that point onwards, because you are lucky to be alive,
Yeah,
as
sure.
we've seen with other cases of abduction, how was that for you, so that you had a resolve where you said, okay, I want to be part of the change, I want to be a leader to enact, a change because of what I've experienced and gone through?
Personally, I believe no human being deserves to be abducted. No human being in Kenya or outside Kenya deserve to undergo what I passed through. And it affected me personally because I remember when I came out, when they released me, they released me at 3 a.m. at night with only my Chelsea jersey and my sweatpants. And they gave me a fare of 2,000 shillings. They told me to go and not to just not to visit any neighborhood, just to take my car up to the public means up to my home place. So it affected me, and mentally, since the day I came out, because I had to undergo through therapy sessions every day, every week, every month. It also affected in Embu, yeah. And it also affected me based on my security, because I remember the first two months I had to stick at home. I had to safeguard myself because of the threats that they told me that they come back for me if things go another way or if I misbehave. And definitely you having that PTSD, definitely you'll definitely feel quite threatened, and you'll just have to safeguard yourself at home. But at the same time, I said this cannot go on. This cannot go on. I'm not back alive just to be silenced. I cannot just come home and sit back and say, okay, let's move on. There's nothing to move on here. I had to come out as the first person to say no to abduction. And I feel like I best fit in the senatorial position because this is a role whereby I know it's a big role. People say youths cannot do well in big roles, but I have to tell them that youths need to go for those roles because that's the only way we'll actually change Kenya.
Right, because others would be arguing, and saying the MCA, Member of Parliament, you went straight to the Senate.
I went straight to the Senate.
Yeah.
Now I'm not backing
specifically,
down.
Yeah, specifically why?
Personally, I feel it's a field that has been abandoned in Embu.
Okay.
I feel like I can fill that gap because the current senator isn't actually articulating issues of people in Embu. The only thing he talks about is only the government. It's not about people in Embu and what issues that affect them. I feel like I can personally and passionately succeed in that role to make sure that the issues of Embu and its people are articulated in the parliament and in the senatorial. And also, I feel like it's a space whereby I can passionately succeed and get to solve issues in Embu, get to bring the qualities and the roles of which I have to end this abduction. I believe youths is our time to lead. There is no way we'll just sit back and say MCAs is our seats, senators is our watu wakubwa, presidents are watu wakubwa. We have to be there. We need to be. I can give you an example of a Bible verse whereby David killed Goliath. People doubted doubted David because they saw David as a small boy, and but you know, with God, David killed him instantly.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I saw while I was reading about you is you have deep faith.
Yeah.
That you say took you through this whole ordeal, and you are blessed to be alive. And in that same notion, there's a big responsibility, you know, on the seat that you are aspiring for. So when you are vying for a senatorial seat, you're looking at the responsibility that comes with it. And you growing up in Embu, you do understand the issues that the county government has or faces for that matter. And what are those specific issues that you'd want to solve? You know, given your whole experience, it's like you had an enlightening moment and said, okay, I've gone through this, I won't back down. So the things that I want to deal with, what are those things?
I think my whole life I've lived in Embu since I was a small boy. I was born in Embu, raised in Embu, schooled in Embu, up to my campus level where I studied here in Nairobi.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm a guy who knows the challenges that youths go through, Gen Alpha go through, Gen X go through, Gen Zote go through. And first of all, if elected, God willing, there are lots of issues in Embu. Number one, poor health services. If you go to the Embu General Hospital, the facilities there actually, if you go there, it's shocking. Patients are sharing beds. Number two, the facilities equipped in that hospital is of poor quality. Something that a patient can come and fail to be treated and die. Who will you blame? Definitely the county government, because they are failing to provide the necessary equipments to treat those who are sick. Second of all is water scarcity in Mbeere. I've been texted by lots of my friends in Mbeere South, Mbeere North. They don't have water. Water there is an issue. They go to dirty dams to draw water and bring for drinking, which is actually not healthy. And I feel like I will lobby for national to the national government to do something on Mbeere people. Another thing is I will actually have to account for the water agencies in Mbeere, because I feel they are corrupt. They are not doing the right work, the right job for the people. People cannot, every day we cannot elect people, and Mbeere South is actually abandoned. No water, actually it's most dry. I'll actually lobby for a construction of a dam in Mbeere North or Mbeere South, just to make sure people there have water, people there have the basic necessities, people there can plant things by the water and actually harvest good food and enjoy their life.
All right, so you're someone who believes in, going by what you're saying, issue-based politics, right? You do understand the aspect of Kenya having the typical personality-based politics, but we've seen also in the protests the issues becoming more of a, you know, pronounced aspect that most people want to hear. How would you solve our, you know, matters or issues for that, you know, aspect. So can we say that that is indeed what you're doing? Solving issues, issue-based politics.
As a Gen Z, we are against tribal politics. We are here for issue-based politics. What do I mean by issue-based politics? I mean that we Gen Zs want issues affecting people of Kenya, not only youths, but everyone in general. Number one, job employment. We need to articulate issues that will actually bring about creation of jobs. We've heard about this regime saying that they want to take people abroad for jobs. We can actually say no to that and build our own jobs in Kenya. Why should we go and have jobs outside Kenya? For what purpose? Tunaenda tunateseka huko, tunaenda tunapigwa. We are going there deported back to Kenya. Tunaenda tunafungwa magerezani huko. Just a case of Nduta. She has been locked life sentence in a country which is actually not good for her thing. So we need to change that. And another thing, issue-based politics basically means that we need to have proper hospitals in this country. We've heard of the SHA. People are saying it's not working. Personally, it's not working, because if it was working, then people would have actually benefited from it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Billy. We'll continue the conversation right after the break. Do stay with us.